You achieved what you thought would make you feel complete. So why does something still feel missing? You reached the goal, you built the business, you earned the money, you received the recognition, you created the life that at one point you believed would finally allow you to excel. And maybe it did for a little while. And so there was pride, there was relief. There may have even been a moment when you looked around and you thought, I did it. But then something unexpected happened. Life became normal again. The excitement faded, the relief became temporary, and eventually another goal appeared. Another level, another thing to prove, to improve, to build, to become. If you've ever experienced this, you may have wondered, why can't I just be satisfied? Why am I not more grateful? Why does success still feel incomplete? Well, what if the problem isn't that you're ungrateful? What if success hasn't failed you? What if you've simply been asking success to do a job that it was never designed to do? I believe that we often give success two very different jobs, and I'll call these the two jobs of success. The first job, that's the external job. The external job of success is to create results. It can help you build a business, increase your income, create opportunities, solve practical problems, support your family, expand your influence. It gives you choices. It allows you to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. And success can do all of those things, and those things absolutely matter. Achievement can dramatically change your circumstances. But without realizing it, many of us assign a second job to success, and this is the internal job. So what do? We ask success to make us feel enough. We ask it to make us feel safe. We ask it to make us feel seen, to prove that we matter, to quiet our insecurity, to give us an identity. And ultimately, we ask it to make us feel free, to make us free. And that's where the problem begins, because success may be very effective at its external job while being completely incapable of performing the internal job that we assign to it. Success can create options, but it cannot permanently resolve the belief that you are not enough. Success can earn a recognition, but it can't guarantee that you'll be finally feel worthy of being recognized. Success can give you more control over your circumstances, but it cannot eliminate the fear that something could still go wrong. Success can change the way people see you, but it cannot tell you who you are when no one is watching. And success can give you more freedom externally while leaving you trapped internally by the pressure required to maintain it. And that's the contradiction that many successful people eventually encounter. They have more freedom than they've ever had and feel less free than they expected. They have more evidence of their capability and feel even more pressure to keep proving themselves. They have more recognition and become more concerned about losing the identity that recognition created. The external result, those are real, but the internal arrival never happens. And when it does happen, we usually draw the wrong conclusion. We think, well, maybe I haven't achieved enough yet. So we raise our expectations. We create another goal. We tell ourselves that the next level will be different. When I reach this number, then I'll relax. When the business is bigger, then I'll feel safe. When I receive that recognition, then I'll know I'm good enough. When I finally get everything under control, then I'll be present. But the targets, they keep moving, not because you lack discipline, not because you're incapable of appreciating your life, and not necessarily because you chose the wrong goals. The target keeps moving because the goal has never been given the ability. It's been given an impossible assignment. It's being asked to produce an internal condition that no external result can permanently guarantee. So think about it like this. If the belief underlying your ambition is, I'm not enough, then every achievement, or I'm not enough yet, then every achievement may provide temporary evidence against that belief. For a moment, you feel enough, but because the original belief has not changed, the relief eventually fades. And then the mind asks, well, what do I need to accomplish next? The achievement becomes evidence that must continually be renewed. You don't simply get to enjoy what you created. You have to keep producing proof. And that can turn success into a very sophisticated form of pressure. You may appear driven from the outside, but internally you're running from the possibility that if you stop achieving, something painful will become true. Maybe you'll become irrelevant. Maybe people will be disappointed. Maybe you'll lose the identity you worked so hard to create. Maybe you'll have to confront the question, if I'm not the successful one, who am I? And this is why more success doesn't always produce more peace. The visible goal and the hidden goal are not the same. The visible goal might be, I want to grow the business. The hidden goal might be, I want to feel secure. The visible goal might be, I want to make an impact. The hidden goal might be, I need my life to prove that I matter. The visible goal might be, I want financial freedom. The hidden goal might be, I never want to feel powerless. There is nothing wrong with the visible goals. But when we cannot see the hidden job beneath them, we become controlled by them. We believe we're freely choosing the next goal, but we may actually just be negotiating with an old fear. This is the question I would invite you to consider. What internal job have you been asking your next achievement to perform? Don't ask, what do I want to achieve? Ask, what am I expecting that achievement to make me feel? Is it to make me feel enough, to make me feel safe, respected, important, in control, free? And then I invite you to ask what may be an even more uncomfortable question. If I achieve the goal, but did not receive the feeling permanently, would the achievement still be worth pursuing? That question does not destroy ambition. It purifies it. It helps separate desire from desperation. You can still build, you can still grow, you can still create amazing results, but now you can pursue them because they're meaningful, not because they've been assigned the responsibility of resolving your worth. You can create success without making success responsible for completing you. And that changes the entire experience. And you may discover that you still want the goal, but you no longer need it to prove who you are. You may approach the work with commitment instead of compulsion. You may make cleaner decisions because every outcome is no longer a vote on your value. You may become more present because you're no longer using present moments as a bridge to a moment in the future when you'll finally feel okay. And perhaps for the first time, You can actually enjoy the success you've already created because you no longer are turning it into evidence that must be surpassed. So remember the two jobs. The external job of success is to create results, to create choices, impact, opportunity. Let it perform that job and appreciate what it makes possible. But recognize the internal job you may have assigned to it. Make me enough, make me safe, make me worthy, tell me who I am, make me free. Those are not problems that another achievement can permanently solve. They begin to change when the limiting belief beneath the achievement becomes visible. That's the beginning of recognition. And recognition gives you something that achievement alone never could. The freedom to choose what you want without requiring it to complete you. And so take a moment today and write down the most important goal that you're currently pursuing. And then underneath it, answer this question. What internal job am I asking this achievement to perform? And be honest. You don't need to judge the answer. You only need to see it. Because success is not failing you. You may simply be asking it to solve the wrong problem.